get straight to the point. I
Sure.
want to know. So, how did you get into the scene of cooking?
Powered by WinLads.
Dulan, welcome to Culture Unplugged. How are you today?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good. All right, so let's get straight to the point. I
Sure.
want to know. So, how did you get into the scene of cooking? Like, I really want to know, because you know why? I hate cooking.
Why?
Because
Why do you hate
the
cooking?
amount of time you spend 2 hours to cook, then eating takes like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then another 2 hours of cleanup. I would rather be doing so many other things than just cooking. So I really want to know where this passion for cooking came.
Okay, first of all, what are these dishes that you're cooking for 2 hours?
I don't know, Sri Lanka. I'm such a bad cook, so
Yeah.
maybe I don't
That's
have
fine.
that skill set like you do.
That's
like
fine, yeah.
I think, is it a talent maybe?
I don't know. I don't want to call myself. I don't want to call myself that I have a
Don't
talent.
be modest.
No.
Tell me, how do you get into
Okay.
it? Like, what was
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
what's your story?
cooking for me goes way back. I reckon for me, one of the fondest memories would be, peeling onions for my grandma, for instance, and like crying. That's like a weird to say, but it is a fond memory.
Yeah.
So I reckon I would have been about 5-6 years old. My parents are amazing cooks. They can cook a meal or like anything, they would say. My sister ended up being a professional chef.
Wow, so
Yeah.
it runs in the family.
It runs in the family, except for my brother though. He can't cook for shit. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, he
He's
loves to eat though.
normal.
He loves to eat though. He can eat pretty much all our family together.
It's like me. I
Oh,
like
really?
to eat, but can't do the cooking
Yeah.
part.
So, for me, the passion was there. It's I find it a bit more therapeutic
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I think I love feeding people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you bring a dish for me then?
Not today. I'm so sorry.
So there you go.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Next time.
Next
Next
time.
time.
Bring that tiramisu. I've heard about it.
Yes,
When
please.
I googled you, what is this tiramisu they're talking about?
I don't know. You need to tell me because I don't know what this tiramisu is all about. Do you guys?
I
I don't know what this tiramisu is. I make tiramisu, but
I was like, okay, so when you so was this something from childhood, like this cooking, or did you do sports or any other extracurricular
I was
activities,
I was a normal child. I did
normal
sports.
child?
Yeah, no. Like, I was just a normal child. Like, I like to cook. There are, like, if you go on social media now,
Yeah.
there are so many young, like, cooks
Yes.
that you see because, back in the day, I don't want to sound that old, but, back in my good old days,
We didn't have the social
we didn't
media.
have social media or anything
Yeah.
like that. For me, it's like looking at my parents, looking at my sister, or like my whole family,
Yeah.
The food brings people together. We
Yeah.
all know that,
Yeah.
and I come from like really large families, both my mum and dad's side. For us, food always brought people together. And then it's just the joy of people enjoying food, appreciating food, things like that. So I think it like kind of sparked this little thing inside me where I just was so curious to learn about how to make food. I was not a big eater growing up,
Okay.
but
More
I
like a fuzzy eater.
I hated curry. This is so controversial. Like I hated curry growing up. My mom, I kid you not, okay? My mom used to make 2 types of food. Okay, so
One's for you and
me and my brother. Me and my brother was
okay.
the precious princesses at home.
like every Sri Lankan family.
Oh, is it? Is it?
It's like that,
Does,
right?
Did your mum used to like make? Does your mum make like less spicy
yeah,
food?
Yeah. So
Yeah?
it's like they make the hodi.
Hodi, yeah.
Yeah, like the yellow curry for the kids, and then they make the dark
Yeah.
brown curry for the.
Yeah. So
Adults.
for us, it's like just imagine you make a chicken curry.
Yeah, yeah.
So she would make it like a normal chicken curry. It's
Yeah.
like spicy and stuff. My dad goes a bit over the top with his spices. So, so that she makes this like really spicy, really yummy. Which I will find really yummy now. Back in the day, I would take a bite. I'd be like, "Oh my god, why do we need this much heat? Why am my head burning?
So
why?"
did you grow up here or in Sri Lanka?
I was 11 when I came here. 10,
Okay.
11. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's mainly after I got here. Because over there, you just eat whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't used to eat curries and stuff like that. I was
Right.
really fuzzy. You should see me. I was like a skinny, skinny kid. After I got here, when you're a little bit older.
Yeah.
So even when I liked cooking. I didn't eat much curries. You know, I was more into like Western food. So back into the story, my mom used to make a really hot one and then chicken curry, for instance. And then, so she used to make like a mild next to no heat at all kind of a chicken curry for us. So me and my brother would eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first ever dish
Yeah.
that really sparked and was like, I really want to know how to make was a Sri Lankan biscuit pudding.
Oh, yes.
A Sri Lankan biscuit pudding.
Did you get it right?
No, it was horrible. It was
Okay.
horrible. I used to be like runny and watery. This auntie, this family friend auntie, she used to make it. And her biscuit pudding was the bomb. You know what I mean? Like you use biscuit puddings, you're like, this is alright. She used to make it, it's the bomb.
Yeah.
Now, my mother-in-law makes like the bestest one. My wife copies it, but it's not the same.
So what about you? Can you
Um,
make it right?
I can make it, but it's a little bit different to how they make it.
Yeah.
But like so when I'm going back to like when I'm like 13 or 14, when I really want to make this, so I actually asked her for the recipe and she didn't tell me.
Wow, she didn't tell you the recipe. So what did you?
You know, it's a Sri Lankan thing. I didn't know that back in the day.
Yeah, they don't want to
wanna
share the secrets
I'm
because
like,
they want to
come
be
on.
like the top dog.
I'm like a 14-year-old kid, auntie. Like I'm not gonna take over your spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wow. Maybe.
Maybe now I will. Maybe now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Now you have. What did she say about it now?
I
though?
don't know. We don't.
You have.
I haven't seen it.
You'd
For
be like, see what I got.
a biscuit pudding auntie.
Yeah.
No, so that was like one of those things. Then I used to make like a lot of pasta dishes. I used to love pasta. So things like that, you know, cook a little bit, this and that, and then you
So
feed
you
people.
started around like 14, like in your teens.
Like when, like, you know, for me to like actually go into the kitchen and be
Yeah.
like, you know, I want to cook this or like have a recipe or follow a recipe.
Yeah.
That's like, I reckon like when I was like 13, 14 onwards.
As a teenager, like normally teenage boys would be like, CBF, you know, leave me alone in their rooms,
Yeah.
right? But you're in the kitchen, like,
in the
wow. So
kitchen.
that was like actual passion. You had a passion for cooking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say so. Yeah, I want to say so. Yeah, and then it's just, you know, I cooked, but I think it's really for me the Sri Lankan. I think we need to speak about the Sri Lankan food and my
Yeah.
passion or the love I have towards Sri Lankan food. It's really funny because I just
So
said
is that
before.
your favorite cuisine? Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have to say yes.
that's good.
For eating and cooking as well,
Yeah.
I have to say definitely yes.
Yeah, nothing beats the Sri Lankan spices.
No.
Like, no way.
No.
Like, I can live on chicken biryani for the rest of my life. Just
Yeah.
want, like, the spices, right? Yeah, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so with you on that. Sri Lankan food doesn't need to be very complex.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be like too over the top. It can be the most simplest thing, like a pulsambuli. Like, come on, come on. Who
Yeah.
invented this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what was
true.
going through their mind when they were like bringing chilies and coconut together?
But, like, isn't it interesting? Like, when we grow up, only we actually appreciate.
it.
Why? Why does it take that long to appreciate things? I
Well,
have no idea.
I want to give a shout out to my wife though, because she's the one actually got me into Lankan food.
Oh, okay.
I was that, you know, I was that kid that didn't want to talk about my culture. Didn't want
Oh,
to.
so you want to be like whitewashed? Were you one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
a little bit. I would say a little bit.
Yeah.
Bit. I was.
Okay.
I reckon it's after I met her. You know, she got me eating like her mum. Like I said before, her mum's an amazing cook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I used to eat her food. Then I used to travel to Sri Lanka a lot with them, with their family.
Oh, okay.
It's from then onwards this little spark that again sparked inside me. Be like, this Sri Lankan food, I like the curiosity for
Yeah,
Sri Lankan
yeah.
food. The actual culture, the actual country as a whole, you know,
Yeah.
just, you know, for me to start loving Sri Lanka again, I think that's from, you know, being with her, hey Nadi, and things, and her family and everything like that. I reckon that's a big shout out to her and the family. So then onwards, I think, you know, traveling all around Sri Lanka, learning about how different, you know, parts of Sri Lanka will have different types of cuisines and stuff. They have it in them where, you know, they've been cooking all their lives. However, like, they don't put too many ingredients, too many aromats. You know, if I'm going with like my curries, if I go with like 2 or 3 tablespoons. They'll probably go with like 1 tablespoon.
Yeah.
And they get like amazing flavor out of the...
Very simple.
Very
dishes.
simple, but they get so much flavor out of the dry and the wet aromats.
Yes.
It's insane.
So you said you were traveling around Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So this was like after MasterChef or before MasterChef?
So this is all before MasterChef. So
you
we
were
haven't actually...
Alright. So were you famous before MasterChef?
No, I'm not famous now either. Okay, so I'm just... I'm not... Yeah.
But
I was...
did it take
I'm a
off?
little bit...
Did it help you to take off? To become even more known? Like...
No, so I reckon this all played a part. This all played a part in for me to go to MasterChef, to apply for MasterChef,
Right.
and have that little bit of experience of knowing the Sri Lankan cuisine and the culture.
Right.
So, do you want to get into the whole?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
I want to know.
Yeah. All right. So it was COVID. It was absolutely. If it wasn't for COVID,
Yeah.
like obviously all our lives changed after COVID,
Yes,
right?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like you would have been doing something. Were you always a nurse?
No.
No. Okay.
I was an accountant.
I'm an accountant.
Yeah, but my brain doesn't understand numbers.
How did you become an accountant?
Because I had to become an accountant to get the PR. Yeah.
Immigration.
Yes.
Is that too late?
But then I did. I passed everything. I didn't even fail a single subject. I don't even know how. My brother still questions, how did you do all the assignment and pass and you still suck at numbers? I'm like, I have no idea.
I'll probably ask you the same question.
Yeah.
How did you pass accounting? Why not know?
Maybe I am.
Maybe you're good at it.
Yeah, maybe I am, and I
Maybe you
underestimate
are.
myself. Who knows? But like, it's just I don't know. I get bored.
Yeah.
So I'm more
Yeah.
of a hands-on person,
Correct.
and I like to like do things and like give. I have a lot of energy to
You're
give.
you're people's person.
Yeah. So I wanted to be either a cop or a nurse. I was
Oh
like,
shit.
maybe I'm too small to become a cop, so I was just because I'm petite. So I was like,
I've
become a
seen
nurse.
petite cops.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't take you seriously
Exactly,
though. I probably
see?
wouldn't take you seriously. You'd
That's
be
the
like,
problem.
don't speed. I'm like, God.
Imagine if I have to deal with like a 6'6".
I'd be like,
I'll be like,
fuck off.
I'll just like, okay, I can't. I take
No,
him
you're not
down.
gonna shoot. You're not gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Come on, let's take that back. We'll cut that.
Cut that, cut that.
You can't shoot people randomly, man.
I
Come
know,
on.
right? What did I say? I didn't say that.
All right. So, I'm an accountant as well.
Right.
So, I worked as like a controller or like a management accountant for many years prior to COVID. I love numbers. I hate the accounting environment.
Yeah.
I'm
The
my
corporate
personality.
environment, right?
Okay, so then I get into the corporate environment,
Yeah.
which I didn't like the whole,
Yeah.
backstabbing and the
I
corporate
didn't like
ladder,
it as well. I worked
running
in a bank as well.
running a rat
Yeah.
race. No, that's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not for me.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm working way more than I was working before. What is your usual like 40-hour week? That's a normal person.
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing like at least 70 to 80 or more
Wow.
a week now. But I
you're
love
happy.
it. I love
Yes.
it. So for me, okay, going back into COVID, okay. During COVID, obviously, we all went through the same thing, especially being in Melbourne. Were you in Melbourne, obviously?
Yeah, of course.
We couldn't travel for many years. More than that, I couldn't even go to my parents' house. They live
Yeah, there's a lot
literally,
of restrictions.
yeah, literally like 15 kilometers away. Couldn't go to my in-laws' house. You know,
Yeah.
they're both my parents and wife's parents. They all cook, and we used to go on like every other day and eat there and eat a house. We can go there. So we literally had to make everything ourselves. And me and my wife, we used to travel a lot. Before kids, we used to travel a lot. So because of COVID, we had to recreate a lot of the experiences when you would have had when you were traveling, going to your parents and eating like hoppers, for instance. Just like simple things.
Yeah.
We had to recreate. So, and I needed to do something to there's so much gardening you can do. You know what I mean? I kid you not, my garden was mint.
Oh, wow.
During COVID. I had like all the herbs and I had
to go into work though, because we were
Oh,
essential workers.
essential
It was
worker.
nothing changed for me.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but anyways, go on.
that
I'm
sucks.
jealous of people like you guys.
Oh yeah, my garden was mint. Having a manicured garden. There's so much other time that I had. So I was cooking a lot. I kid you not. I was cooking like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
I
Okay.
kid you not. You go to you get a 5 kilometer radius, so you
Yeah.
get once in a day. You can go to the
I
supermarket.
remember that.
You know what I mean? And then you're like you're going at like eight o'clock in the morning just to get that bag of flour.
And the toilet rolls.
Especially
That was
toilet rolls
crazy.
as well. My
Yeah.
God, that was, and like it was just like simple things like
Yeah.
flour, rice, like coconut, like desiccated, whatever,
Yeah.
like eggs.
I know there's.
We were in
yeah.
like some shitty times.
Yeah.
So I was cooking a lot. You know what I mean? So it was just again that spark I was telling you
Again,
earlier.
Yeah.
I think it was like it was sparking again.
Yeah.
You know, something that was like sleeping, just wake up and be like,
Yeah, because you were working like
Yeah,
accounting.
I was
right?
in the
Yeah,
accounting
so you were
field.
just busy doing that.
I was
Okay.
in my own numbers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And never thought about cooking. I did cook here and there, but not as much as this, you know? I had a social media page with like 200 followers, like on like very private one with just the family. Then I used to post, you know, I started
Yeah.
posting like recipes. Literally, I was like one hand like this, like videoing, and I was like cooking. And I used to post those ones. And that kind of, then the MasterChef was on and we watched MasterChef religiously. It was like back to win season. And and then next season I was like, then next season I didn't apply. And then the season after we were back to like, we were getting back into the world now,
Yeah,
little by
yeah.
little, you know, and I had like changes in my careers as
Yeah.
well. And we were like, you know, I think my wife was like, why don't you just give it a go?
Nice.
Yeah, I never thought I would get in.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, you know, it was
So
a
what
lot.
do you had to do to get in though? Did you have to cook or you
Yeah,
just,
so it was like
Oh.
just an application first. It's like
Yeah.
a biggest application. Like, come on, MasterChef, you don't need that big of an application. You know, what I mean, everyone can lie in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen to this. So it was a big ass application. So then after that they have like a Zoom interview. Once you get through the Zoom interview, they ask you to come in. Like it was literally 3 days, 2 cooks each. So every 3 days that we had to go.
Yeah.
Every day, one cook in the morning, one cook in the oven.
Okay.
It was like an elimination process. So they had
Wow.
like, you know, 5,000 odd applications that season. They were only taking 12 people.
And you were one of them.
Yes. Because later we
Good
found
on
out.
you.
Oh, thank you. So later we found out it was one of those past
Faves
contestants.
versus
Yeah, it was
fans.
it was meant to be faves versus fans, and then
Fans.
it was like that.
Yeah.
So it was like I never thought I would get in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those like I'll just do it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And then every challenge, I was like I'll just do it for the fun of it. I think that was the reason I was so calm. I was like, I don't care. Like if
Yeah.
I get in, I get in. I'll cook my best.
Yes.
And everything I did, and my last cook, like the audition cook, was crab kottu.
Oh, yum. So
Yeah,
okay, now I'm hungry.
crab kottu. So I literally copied my mother-in-law's crab curry recipe. She makes a mean crab curry.
Right.
Her dad's roti recipe, which, you know, I learned from him before he passed away.
So you did everything from scratch.
Everything
literally.
from scratch.
Wow.
So 90 minutes. The first cook was like the last cook to the judges as well. That was, you know, the judges.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
previous judges. So they actually came to the audition set. They're like, oh, the judges are here. Now you're going to cook for them. Everyone's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And we cook it. So I had 90 minutes. So I made the roti first. While I'm making the roti, I was cooking the curry for the crab curry. Then cook the rotis. Then make the kottu. And to my surprise, I don't know, they accepted me. They like
Yeah.
I got in 1 out of the 12 of the contestants that year. And it was like one of the best experience of my life.
How did that change your life?
Oh man,
Tell
a
me.
lot.
A lot?
That literally like flipped my life upside down in a good way.
Yeah.
Flipped up, I would say,
Yeah.
in terms of this whole spotlight. It was
Yes.
literally a massive spotlight. I didn't go that far in MasterChef, mind you. Okay,
Yeah.
so it didn't matter though.
I think something to do with some dessert you did and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
pressure test.
It was a pressure test, yeah, and it was Zumbo's pressure test where we had to do like crazy like. It was literally a chocolate
and
waffle.
I saw that like with the green and pink.
Oh well, you done your research. Well
I
done.
know, I did.
Oh, I'm
I did.
impressed.
I was like,
I'm
what
impressed.
is that?
It's called it was called
looked like
polygon
leaves.
waffle. Yeah, well, they were leaves. Yeah, they were chocolate
With
leaves.
chocolate leaves.
Yeah, it's
Do you know
multicolored
something?
chocolate leaves.
I don't like chocolate.
Oh, I'm not a big chocolate fan either. So
Okay,
it's all
so
good.
that's good.
That's
I
all
love
good.
my savory, but I just
I love my
Yeah.
chocolate. My favorite chocolate is anything over 70%.
The dark one, yeah.
Yeah, 70,
with
80.
some nuts in it, though.
Nah. Just
Okay, I like
plain,
my nuts
plain.
in it. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
tell me. So once you.
Yeah, so I got once I got eliminated. Look, it's a bit of a once you get eliminated, as much as you say say to yourself, you're like, oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of PTSD. There's a lot of unfinished business.
What do you mean? Elaborate, please.
You know, like you haven't done or shown everything that you can do, or like your true self. Like I really wanted to go in there. So my thing was to
Okay.
go into MasterChef, and talk a lot about Sri Lanka. I really wanted to highlight Sri Lankan cuisine.
Yeah.
Talk a lot about Sri Lanka. Give a bit more homage back home.
Yeah.
I felt like I couldn't do that as much. And that kind of put me down for like a couple of months, and I didn't cook. I literally didn't cook for 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
this is the first time. This is the first time anyone knowing about this, apart from my family. This is the first time anyone's knowing about this, by the way.
So you didn't want to cook. So
I didn't want to cook. I was
really
literally.
affected
It really
you.
affected me. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
You
so,
would
but
think
you
like
were also getting famous, but at
I
the
don't
same
think.
time.
Yeah, I mean, it
like
didn't
you
matter.
You had the spotlight,
Yeah.
but also you were going through that,
Yeah.
sort of like, the, I don't know, PTSD.
Well, I mean,
Let's
like,
not say PTSD.
Let's not call PTSD. Let's cut that.
say
Let's
like-
not PTSD.
it's not
Okay,
PTSD.
it's not traumatic.
More like
It's not
I think the pressure from, trying.
No, I think it's not the challenge. It wasn't the challenge at all. Like, it's TV, you know what I mean? So there's a lot more to that. It's not the challenge. It was for me to not being able to do as much as show what I could really do. I felt like it.
So were you
It took me-
depressed for 2 months?
I
Were
don't know.
like,
Would you,
just
would you
went
call
back?
that depressed? Oh, you tell
Yeah,
me. You're in the
it
medical
is.
field. Yeah.
People see
Yeah.
depression doesn't need to be forever.
Yep.
Sometimes certain incidents can cause you
Yeah.
depressive episodes, but you come out of it.
Right. Well, there you go.
So, yeah.
So I did come out of it.
Yeah.
Like, give or take, it took me about 2 months to like really come out of it. So then I was like, I thought about it. Look, and then the social media was, it was blowing up as well.
Yeah.
I was getting all these, offers and etc. And I really don't want to do it. Like I concentrate on my, because I still have my business. So I've got a business in property services, which
Okay.
I've had during, COVID and then after MasterChef and everything.
Okay.
I
So
was
like
really-
real estate.
In trade services, so
Okay.
Right. Not real estate.
Okay.
But that's something that I was still doing.
Yeah.
So I really stopped thinking about cooking.
Cooking
Didn't
and
cook.
then yeah.
I literally put my head down and be like, look, you know what? I'm just gonna keep growing my business again.
Yeah.
So I put all that effort into that. Then in the back of my mind, I was thinking about, okay, you were in MasterChef. What can you really do? What's next for you? I was literally asking myself these questions. All right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Hi Magazine as well. Tina, lovely. Like they featured me on Hi Magazine,
Yeah.
and that kind of blew up back home.
Right.
Yeah, so I was in the front cover of Hi Magazine. And I'm like, and that
I
kind
saw
of.
the interview on YouTube. Hi,
did
Magazine.
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
nice.
did. I did. Yeah.
So it was like, I think like little one thing after another. My life was heading in a different direction with this part of me, this different career that I have. Then I thought, look, I couldn't show my true love for Sri Lanka on big screen.
Yeah.
What is the next thing I can do? Social media.
Definitely.
Boom. So the little bell rang and be like, why don't you just showcase Sri Lankan food in your own space?
Exactly.
And that's what I did. I started doing recipes, stuff that I love to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not any random recipes.
Yeah.
Stuff that I love to eat, my way.
Yeah.
What is my way? My way is making things simple. I don't have a lot of time in my hands.
Yeah.
I've got a young family, business. So I want to make cooking as fast as possible, but
Yes.
delicious as hell.
Yeah.
That is my motto. So just go in. If I have a chicken curry, how can I make this more streamlined and easy for someone that doesn't
Who's busy.
like just like yourself?
Yeah,
How
I
can I
know.
make it? So you need to
Please.
be watching
I
my
am
videos.
following you.
Oh,
But still, I'm like, oh my god, this is
you need to. No. Oh my goodness.
Because I think I just feel like it's a waste of time. I'd rather Uber
Oh no.
than actually stay there cooking.
No, you can't say that.
I mean, I used to love cooking at one point in my life, but then I got busy.
Just start. Okay, that's true. That
Got
I'll give you that.
really busy.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So I feel like when I'm cooking, I feel like I could rather do so many things or edit my videos or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I hope you're not editing your videos while you're cooking because you'll burn the whole house down. But that's You know what I mean? Like,
I know I need to fix a smoke alarm as well in my house. So
you don't have a smoke alarm
I
in your
do.
house?
One is not working.
What the?
The other one's
First is
working.
immigration. Second is the body corporate. If you're living in, I've literally, someone needs to be doing this. Like, you know.
Excuse me, calm down.
So again, going back to me.
Yeah. Going back to Dulan.
About myself. So make Sri Lankan food easy,
Yeah.
accessible, and fun.
Yeah.
That was my goal. So I didn't have any requirements or I didn't have any expectations of what I'm going to get out of it.
Yeah.
I think that's where it kind of helped me to go to places because I was like, I'm going to do videos once or twice a week, which I used to do.
Yeah.
Of all this food I love to eat, I'll shoot it on my phone. Then phone became a mirrorless camera.
Yeah.
From a ring light became a actual LED light. Slowly I was doing it because I was getting like brand deals. So
Yeah.
every
Oh,
brand deal I
nice.
was getting, I was like, I'll reinvest back into this little cooking channel.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be known as an influencer. So I don't like, I'm not an, even though I'm trying to influence Sri Lankan food, I don't want to be like a full-time
You are
influencer.
an influencer. If you're on social media doing something, you are
Yes.
influencing something.
Correct.
Like
But
some
you know what I
kind
mean?
of
Like,
your lifestyle.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. But it's not, I don't want to do this as a full-time gig as well. So it's, for me, like, as much as I can share my recipes, my family recipes, and teach people about Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
The whole food is just a subtopic.
Yeah.
The whole idea is to teach people about Sri Lanka. And social media
So
is a
Sri
bit-
Lanka food or Sri Lanka culture, like everything
So
else?
food is the one. I can't talk about the Sri Lanka travel or tourism and stuff.
Yes.
What can I talk about is food.
Yeah.
So my Sri Lankan talk about the culture or promote Sri Lanka or see what the Sri Lanka the struggles or like if they're doing well is through food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then through food I was so fortunate enough to meet like very very well-known names,
Yes.
very good people. I'm so fortunate enough to work with so many brands, especially like Dilmah. So again, food brought me to a lot of places.
I think food is like the main thing that brings everyone together, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you ask a girl out on a date, they take for a dinner date out first because food brings everybody together.
I wouldn't know. I haven't taken
Oh,
a girl out in
what?
like a long
Alright.
time.
Okay, so who cooks at home? You or your wife?
Funny enough, she cooks the most at home. She
Is
she feeds.
a better cook than you?
She's good. She's really good. Yeah.
Right.
She makes better cocktails though. Her cocktails are
Okay.
mint.
So did you like try to impress her with your cooking?
Yes, I did.
Is that how you actually?
I did. I actually did.
Tell
I
me
kid
the
you not.
story.
I know. I made
I
her.
wanna know.
I made her fish curry. It was apparently horrible.
Oh my god.
Look, mind you, we've been together for like a very long time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
so-
high school sweethearts.
Uni.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back in uni days, I cooked her a fish curry, which I cannot remember. Maybe she's
still
lying.
remembers.
She remembers because it was that bad.
Okay.
It was
But
apparently
then,
it's really
hey, it's just with you.
I don't know why.
It did its work. Fish curry did its work.
I don't know. I must have put something in it.
So what? Did you like cook up dishes and like try to impress her by giving her?
Look, I mean, that's all. Like, going back to what I was telling earlier
Yeah.
when I was little. Like, you cook to impress people. Like, that's why
Yes.
you want to cook to impress people. You want to feed people, make them happy. I mean, that's like I think a lot of chefs. If you speak to chefs and stuff, I'm not calling myself a chef,
Yeah.
but if you speak to like professional chefs, you'll see it's more than a career for them.
Yeah.
It's like their love for the produce, their love for like the food, going to places, techniques, meeting people, and just like making people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so I can hear you. You keep saying, "I'm not an influencer. I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef." Like, but what do you see yourself as? What are you thinking about? Like when you introduce yourself.
I'm just Dulan. I just introduced myself as Dulan.
So you would like to not see yourself as a chef in like another 5 years?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think I will be because being a chef, there's a lot of sacrifices you got to make.
Yeah.
It is not a part-time gig.
Yeah.
It is not a part-time. If you want to do something really, 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 if you want to do something that really impacts a lot of people and stuff, and really, I don't know, leave something behind. It's not something that you can just put half-ass into
Yeah.
it. you have to go all in. Which with my life at the moment, I can't do that.
Yeah, because you have other
5 years down the track, I don't know.
Yes.
You know, never say never,
Yeah.
and you know, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so you don't have any plans of like opening a restaurant? Nothing at this
No,
moment.
if I got money.
I think like social media is better. You rather cook for
Yes.
social media, get brand deals,
Yeah.
get invited to all these events. I think
Meeting new
it's better deal than actually running a restaurant. I would say.
It's a lot of work running
Yeah.
a restaurant. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I do have a few ideas
Okay.
which I'm still floating through. It's related to food and establishments, so
Yeah.
it's never say never.
Yeah.
But it's for me to find finding the right people, one,
Yeah.
and finding the concept of what I want to do and like streamlining it where I don't need to be there 100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So do you have like a YouTube channel where you cook?
No, so all my food goes into Instagram.
Yeah.
And a little bit on TikTok, but the YouTube channel is in the works. I do have a YouTube channel, but I've never put anything in there, but there's going to be longer videos. So all my videos are about maximum 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we are in the process of making longer videos of all my previous videos, which will be going to a YouTube channel.
Nice. Okay, so when you became famous, no, please accept it.
Oh, yeah, okay, go.
Alright. How did it change you? Like, you know, like when people know you, come up to you, like on a personal level,
Yeah.
how did you feel?
I
like,
love it. I
love
love
it?
I love people. I
You're
love
a people person.
yeah.
Yes. Even
Depend-
like when
depend-
I met you at the event, I was like, I know you're the cooking guy, but then I didn't know your name.
You said-
Remember?
Did you say I'm the cooking guy?
Because I saw you on Instagram. And you know what I mean? The
Gotcha.
cooking reels. I was
Yes.
like, oh, this guy.
Cooking
I know.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'll take it. Cooking guy.
Still.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I am the cooking guy.
Yes.
I am a cooking guy. Yeah, so keep going.
Yeah. So it did, like, you really like being known and, yeah.
Yeah, in like a personal level, I really like when people come and say hello. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's just like, I get a lot of messages on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, like how my videos, looking at my videos, change their perspective on either Sri Lankan food
Yes.
or like cooking Sri Lankan food or the culture, or even like get to know about Sri Lanka. Like I'll have foreign people foreigners message me and be like, hey, I never knew about this about Sri Lanka. Or like I literally, a couple of years back, I had this lady message me and be like, hey, after watching all your videos, your travels in Sri Lanka, we were going to have our honeymoon in Bali, but we are just changed that to Sri Lanka.
Because of your videos. There you go.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
So-
you are influencing people. Okay.
Yes.
You are an influencer.
Not a full time.
But I want to know, you know, because you are good at cooking, like, you know, making nice dishes, do you have a routine, like a morning routine or like
Yep.
a diet to like keep in shape?
Yep.
Or do you just eat whatever?
No, I don't actually. I used to eat whatever, but since this year, I kind of, you know, when you hit your late mid 30s actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not, your metabolism is not the
Slows down,
same.
yes.
Yeah. So I do try to limit myself of what I eat in terms
So
of.
what do you like incorporate in your
I eat a lot of
diet?
eggs. Oh my god, I eat
Protein,
a
so high
lot
protein.
high protein, yeah,
Yes.
high protein, low carb, but
That's what I do too.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat whatever though. I eat whatever I want. So if I go out, I'll treat myself.
Yes.
If I feel like I want to eat an ice cream or I want to eat a donut or whatever, if I feel like I eat it, because I don't binge. I don't do that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
in this field, because you're cooking so much when you're traveling.
You can tend to like, yeah.
Yeah,
put
but
on,
but then
yes.
you have to have everything's in moderation.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so do you have like a specific dish that you really like? What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite dish?
Of me cooking it,
Yours.
if I say my favorite dish.
Tiramisu.
Oh my God,
I
this
just have to say it.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
go
you're
on.
not wrong though. Actually, you're not
Was
wrong.
it?
My favorite dessert is tiramisu.
A dessert. Okay, fine.
My
What's-
favorite dessert is
Okay.
tiramisu. Okay. If I was to be like, if my mum or mother-in-law cooks rice and curry, I'll definitely make room for that.
Right,
That's
rice and curry.
Rice and curry, like yeah.
I think every Sri Lankan, that's it, rice and curry.
Not
It's
everyone's
good.
rice and curry though for me. No,
Okay.
no, not everyone's. If
But I
I
think a lot of Lankans here appreciate rice and curry
yes,
big time.
Yeah, but we are fortunate enough because we do get
Good
pretty
quality,
pretty
yes.
nice ones here because we do have a lot, like in abundance. We do have a lot of shops here.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of
actually. And we have
caterers.
access to more things here than actually in
I
Sri
think so.
Lanka.
I know. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate,
pretty
right?
sad, yeah.
It is pretty sad.
And the quality here is so much better. Like when I go to Lanka and go to Kargils or something, I'm like shocked at the quality sometimes.
And it's expensive as well. Like,
so expensive.
Yeah, and, it's really hard. Like a lot of people say the what do you call that? How
Cost of living.
cost of living. Sorry,
Yes.
yeah. So how cost of living is high in Australia,
Yeah.
but relative to what you earn, it is okay.
It is
But
okay.
if you compare that,
Manageable,
if you compare the ratios in Lanka, it's horrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is something that might surprise people about you? Like something we don't know.
Oh, like I'm very approachable. Like I think,
You are?
yeah, I'm very approachable. Like I've got that mean bitch face every time I'm
You
like,
don't?
I do. Trust me,
Really?
I do. If I'm like,
Okay.
especially if I'm like cooking and stuff, I've seen my own videos, photos when I'm cooking. I'm like, oh my god, is that what I look like?
Why you
Because
so
I've got
mean?
a mean face on. But that's
Yeah.
just my normal face. I'm sorry, it's my normal face. I can't help it.
No, probably because when you're focusing.
Yeah, I've
you
got that
just
like frown and like my eyes, and apparently
Yeah.
I do that. And even when I'm like thinking about something, when I'm in my own world, apparently that's my face. So if I'm like walking down the street and you see me, just don't be afraid.
like, that's the cooking guy.
That's the cooking guy. Just be like, hey, cooking guy.
So we'll see how it goes, but I want to know, like, do you have any regrets so far with, like, with the MasterChef
Oh, okay.
or anything else that you feel like you could have
Yeah.
done different?
Yeah, like the main regret is like not buying Bitcoin when it was like 200,
I don't
100,
know
200.
nothing
And
about
like,
Bitcoin. You're the finance guy,
I should
so
have bought some like when I was back in uni. Oh
I
my
thought
god.
that was all spam those days,
Yeah, well, that's what I thought as well. Never knew anything about Bitcoin, but
So-
I should have bought it. That's my first regret. Oh my god. That's like my only regret in life.
Do you have any like New Year resolution?
New Year resolution. There's always a lot of in my list. I don't know. Like I think the health and fitness is one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then this year, and big shout out to Ash. I've connected with this guy. He lives in UK, a PT. Amazing guy. A-team. Thank you. Working with him, I've trained I trained for like many years now, like over 10 years or something. But it's always very short-term goal-based. So dealing with this guy it was easy for me to open my mind and be like, hey, what he was saying was so true. It's the lifestyle. You need to change you have to change your lifestyle.
That's
When I started doing that, that's when I actually saw some real results. So
Yeah.
for me, New Year's resolutions, saying, I'm going to be doing this amount in health and fitness.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's a
Yeah.
whole lifestyle thing now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't say I don't go into like, I'm going to be doing this year. No, because life is very crazy. It takes U-turns so quickly. You just go with it. You just go with,
Yeah.
You have short-term goals, achievable goals,
Yeah.
and then you just go get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My motto now is,
Yeah.
if
What
you
is your motto now?
okay, now it's if you really want to do something, go do it.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell people who are watching, who wants to get into cooking
Yeah.
or, want to put themselves out there in social
Yeah.
media? What do you have to tell them?
Just go and do it. Don't
Yeah.
think about. So if you want to make videos on social media, okay,
Yeah.
or anything, it could be medical related or
Yes.
real estate or motivation, whatever. Don't worry about, I need to get the
It
best
being
camera.
Cringe or,
No,
yes.
it's not cringe anymore. Everyone does it. Cringe,
Exactly.
forget about that.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I mean, if you do cringe, there are cringe videos.
I think you just
though.
have to get over the cringe part, and then that's.
There are cringe videos. Don't do like silly things, you know what I mean? Like that you
But
can,
then
you still
there's
can be
always
cringe.
an audience for that too.
Yeah, that's true. If you
There's
think
always
about
an
it.
audience for everything.
That's true. Okay, moving on from that. Don't think about getting the best equipment. I need this much money, or I need to wait till I'm gonna wait next week. No,
To like
just
get better, to
Yeah.
like look better.
Yeah.
Yes.
forget about it.
I think that's what like lot of people go through is we always like, even I want to eventually become a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But I always question like, oh my god, I'll wait till this happens.
No.
I'll wait till that happens. But we have
It never
to.
happens.
Yeah.
It never happens.
Yes.
You'll wait forever. You literally just what do you have? You know, like a house light, like a lamp, phone. Just
do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just put something out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
If you want to get into social media, get into social media. If you want to start posting your daily life,
Yeah.
unless you're like, if you're boring and stuff like that, like, come on, don't
But
do
still
this,
there'll
but
be an audience for that.
I don't know about
They'll
that.
be like, oh, you're so boring. They just want to say you're so boring.
If you don't know about now, I'm
Yeah.
not very serious.
Yeah.
So all these things I say, they're jokes. Say when I mentioned about, you know, if you're boring, don't post. That was a joke, by the way. So
Let's say no one was laughing.
Here we go. My wife says this always. She always says my jokes aren't funny, but I think they're funny.
so
It's funny in my
sad.
head.
I'm so sorry.
It's funny in my head.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
that matters,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah. So you seem serious, but anyways.
Yeah, so just go and
Sorry.
do it. Yeah, that's the only advice. And if you ever, I have people reaching out to me asking advice.
Yeah.
If you ever need, just send me a DM.
I'm
Send me
sending you a DM for this tiramisu. You better invite me and make this tiramisu.
Oh, I think I make an okay tiramisu.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, I make an okay tiramisu. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some random, like, fun
Yes.
questions, right?
Perfect. Shoot.
So on a date, okay, does the guy pay for the date or does he have to go 50-50? Because that's the big debate these days.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
On
okay.
TikTok. What would you tell?
Well, I can't talk from my personal experience because it's both our monies.
Yeah.
So we just pay with like.
That's because you're married. I'm saying on a date.
You're asking like the wrong guy, like these questions.
No, what would you tell young people?
Younger self?
Yeah.
Just pay for it.
Yeah? The guy should pay for it?
Yeah, just pay for it.
Alright.
I mean, if you can afford it, why not? I mean, if you can't afford it,
Then don't ask.
don't take them anywhere like that.
Exactly, that's
you
a big
know,
one.
just don't do random shit to impress people that you can't consistently do.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this your life experience you're talking
No,
about? Okay,
I
cool.
ask questions about. I normally ask for dating and all, but
Yeah.
you're
Yeah, I
married, so
know.
I can't
Yeah.
ask much. So I'm
Yeah,
just
we
like,
hardly go on dates these days, bloody kids.
But don't you have like parents to help you?
No, I'm joking. We do.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
That
but
was
we
a joke?
No,
Okay.
we do, but we don't go as much as we would love to. You know, we would love to go, you know, once a week or a couple of times a week or whatever. We go maybe like a couple of times a month. You know, even
Right.
so, because we're both busy. She works full time. I've got multiple things. We got kids,
Yeah.
families, and travel. We travel a
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you like travel alone?
Sometimes I get to.
So when you like, when you like go out and like get a lot of attention,
I don't get a lot of attention.
no? Okay, fine.
I don't. Like in Melbourne, for instance, I can like literally do whatever I want.
Yeah, Melbourne's a bit laid back.
No one's gonna know me.
Yeah.
No one cares.
No one
Like
cares.
that cooking guy. It's just a cooking guy.
That's the guy. The cookie
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. I can just like do these
I
things
think
in the
here
traffic
we,
and everything. No one
we
cares.
like we care about being, you know, like not to offend people,
Yeah.
get into people's spaces.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason we are so laid
Yeah.
back. But in Lanka it's different. You're
Lanka's
like,
different.
my
Yeah, I
God,
know. I get.
hi.
Yeah.
And it's nicer. I mean, in a way, it's nice.
Yeah.
So one last one. Like, would you choose $10 million or true love?
$10 million or
True love.
true love.
Mm-hmm.
Let me. Woo. Hypothetically, if I was single.
Yeah. Let's say. Yeah.
Okay. Damn. I would go with $10 million.
Perfect answer, because that's what I would choose as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
$10 million.
And then find your true love, right?
Because if you have a lot of money, there's a lot of true loves out there.
I love it.
Right? Is that how it works?
I love the fact
I don't know.
that no, but a lot of
Is that how it
people,
works?
that's how I think.
So if you find a guy with $10 million, that's the love of my life.
Exactly.
I just put it back on you. I'm just asking you. Would you?
I mean, why not?
Oh.
No, I'm just like no. If it's, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like you asked me a question. I just want to know what you
I
think.
mean, if it's
I gave you my
not-
answer.
If it's not my type,
Yeah, but you still take the $10 million.
No, if it's like really not my type,
You'll just put
I
up with it.
can't.
Oh, okay, you can't.
I can't.
Okay.
Because then I.
But that $10 million though.
But
Come
yeah, I know, right? But I would prefer 10 million more than true love, because I feel like if I have the 10 million, I can set myself up and then find the true love.
What if there was a prenup?
No, it's my $10 million.
Oh, your 10 million. No,
Yeah.
it's no. I'm talking about the guy's $10 million.
Yeah, then no point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So neither.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, he has to like fit certain criteria.
What's the criteria?
6'2".
Hey, all the single boys and
God.
I don't know,
Back to
girls
this-
if that, you know,
No,
if
no,
that's
I'm straight as an arrow.
yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
6'2",
6'2", funny,
funny.
an entrepreneur.
Fuck. Here we go. Guys, get that list. It's pretty long.
Proactive,
Shit. Okay.
and handsome, and head full of hair. I need a guy with head full of hair. I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I can see a couple of boys here with the hair. I don't know about the other three, but
Oh, they can do a hair transplant. I don't mind,
oh, yeah.
but head full of hair is so
it?
crucial.
Is it though?
Yeah, for me, I
Oh,
find it
okay,
really
for you.
attractive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
so.
Thank you so much, Dulan, for joining me on this episode, Culture Unplugged with MiMi.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That was fun. You were funny a little bit, so that's okay.
I think my wife is watching this. So there you go. All right.
little funny.
Thanks for having me, and love the show, and wish you all the best, and want to see many more episodes. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for joining Culture Unplugged with MiMi on this episode. I'll see you on another one. Bye.
Powered by WinLads.